Is it just another day? Most can't tell you which day it is. Is it the day after, or is this the day before? How many more days till we get where it is that we're going? How then could this be just another day? Quick, look at the Google Calendar. Is there something scheduled? How much of this day is truly going to be lost trying to reach that point of expectation? So much goes into every day, and like any other day, the ticks on the clock will race around that face 24 times, and then boom, this day is history. Just another day. Shouldn't we start each new day with an intention? Today, my intention is to blank. It can't be about dreaming about other days. This day needs just as much love, attention, and activation. The goal is to remove the race and replace it with just the right amount of right now. Hey, it's Arrow. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer, one day at a time. We have been given this life that is so full of adventure, questions, drama, music, art. It's all around us. And people still tell me, I don't know what I would write about. I don't know. It's just not me. That in itself is every reason to write. Write about what you don't know what to write about. This is The Daily Mess. Stepping toward, heading into, growing forward. We're always going somewhere. Well, where's it going to be today? Was it planned out, or is it going to be one of those ad-lib days? Laying out a day requires prep time for me, usually put into play the day before. Although things don't just happen, a presence in any day needs love and attention in the way of participating with what could and should be. It may not be perfect, yet with planning, it gives you a mental image of how things need to play out. Don't just walk into a brand new day. Learn how to build it so that your heart has something to look forward to. Even if you have to go to work, make that day a connection day. Make it work, not only for the company, but for you to become a greater collaborator or a better answer. Have you been in those moments when what you've shared is like the answer? Yeah, they're few and far between. And sometimes we get a little overconfident in the way of, well, here's my answer. And then other people don't like it. So they move on and you're going, well, what did I do wrong? I think it's the best answer. And you start planting seeds in your energy on that. And then you don't like the project because they didn't go with your answer. That's the part of the collaboration that you need to understand. It's like you're not always going to hold the answer, but many times you're going to share at least an attempt at building an answer. I love the way that songwriters can come together, or these days, these YA authors and illustrators, how they can come up with a storyline and the illustrator will build that book around that short story. I'm amazed at the collaborating that takes place around us every single day, but we don't learn to recognize it. Sure, the Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. And look who got superstar of the game. That quarterback. Unbelievable. But do you think he could have done it by himself? It took collaborations. Many of them. Not just the team on the field, but the coaches. And more importantly, because I know Kansas City fans, they participated in that Super Bowl win as well. Take the time to start studying the collaborations that are around you. What is making your life easier or harder? Because if there is a nugget in the road that seems to be tripping up the flow of life, ask the questions. Be faithful to the answer in the way of saying, do we really need to do that? I'm not going to answer it by myself. I'm going to ask a question so we can collaborate on better and greater ways of getting a flow back in the day. I think what brings that up is that about half a mile from here, they've been working on this creek for about 3 months, and you should see the amazing boulders they've been pulling from the covered earth. And the neighbors around this area have collected those boulders. There's something about a rock. That rock once held the earth very tight and close, but once it was set free, to the human mind, that rock represents strength. Maybe that's the reason why that little gold nugget is on your path and is tripping things up. Maybe it is a sign of strength, and the flow in your life is too much for you, and you need to slow down. So there's two ways to think about that. That's what's great about collaborating, is that you may hold the answer, but that answer needs to be collaborated. It needs to hear all sides, and then you have activation. I'm Arrow, and that's the Daily Mess.